Hi guys, today I'm going to be putting the famous anti-acne treatment benzoyl peroxide to the test for 1 entire week on my acne prone skin and see what the results are. And now I am really excited to try this out because a lot of dermatologists around the world say that benzoyl peroxide is the #1 anti-acne treatment over the counter. And on top of that, the reviews both online but also of a lot of my friends using it, they are actually loving it and say it's amazing. So I cannot wait to see what it does to my skin. Now, benzoyl peroxide is antimicrobial and antibacterial, meaning it is actually going to kill all the bacteria causing your acne. And on top of that, it is also going to prevent future breakouts because it actually keeps your pores clean. Therefore, it's also going to help with blackheads, whiteheads. This seems to be amazing. However, apparently this is not all fun and rainbows because there is a drawback, and that is that it causes a lot of dryness and irritation in your skin. So really, is it actually going to be worth it? This is all to say. So I'm really excited to try this out. Without further ado, guys, let's put this bad boy to the test, shall we? Okay, you guys, so I first want to show you what my skin looks like. As you can see, I have a few pimples right here on the cheeks, right here. And also I have blackheads on the nose. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but my cheeks are really my struggle area. So I'm going to be applying this as a spot treatment. Hence, as you can see, I've already applied my moisturizer underneath. And for anyone wondering what this smells like, this honestly kind of like toothpaste, but in a weird way, and it doesn't feel like anything on the skin. It's not tingling, it's not stinging at all. Actually, if I may say, it actually feels cooling on the skin, so it's actually quite a nice feeling. Anyways, as you can see, I'm spreading it all over where I have pimples. Anyways, you guys, this was day 1. Honestly, it looks promising, but anyways, you definitely need to keep on watching because I mean, it's still very too early, and I am gonna give you a little update in the morning when I wake up to see what my skin looks like. So keep on watching for that. Good morning, guys. So I basically just woke up, hence the really disgusting do not comment, thank you. But anyways, I wanted to show you what my skin looks like. As you can see, the benzoyl peroxide starting peeling up a little bit, and I mean, do you see how red my skin is? So that probably means that the benzoyl peroxide is really strong and it irritates my skin underneath. Also, I wanted to show you, can you see there's a pimple that's popped up? Can you see the whitehead here? Sorry, too much information and probably disgusting, but it's for the sake of the video. So you guys, we definitely have to see if the benzoyl peroxide actually cures the pimples or if it just makes your skin a lot more irritated and it actually maybe brings them up to the surface. So we have to see, you guys. Stay tuned for that. Hi guys, so it's day 2. I want to show you what my skin looks like because there has been an update. My skin has just been so dry. First of all, the pimples that I've had here are now dried up, as you can see, so that's a good sign. However, it had also been so dry that I've been just so itchy that I scratched my skin a little bit, so I got this little rash going on here and also pimples starting to appear here on the chin. So you know, it's a little bit of a Anyways, I want to tell you guys what you can mix benzoyl peroxide with and what you cannot mix it with because it's very important. The first ingredient I do not want you to mix it with is retinol. And actually, I made this mistake before and my skin just got so irritated. Guys, please don't do that. But it's basically because they have 2 different pHs and they're going to react together and neutralize each other and also have a chemical reaction on your skin, which you definitely don't want. Same goes for vitamin C and other antioxidants and also peptides. Now, what you can mix it with is all other AHAs and BHAs, so lactic acid, salicylic acid, glycolic acid, whatever other acid, hyaluronic acid too. You can mix it all with that. So guys, please make sure you incorporate benzoyl peroxide in your skincare routine with the correct way. Anyways, you guys, this is day 2. Stay updated for results to see if my skin dries up even more and if more pimples start popping up. I don't know at this point. Okay, you guys, so it's day 4. This is what my skin looks like. As you can see, the pimples have been diminishing. I mean, new ones have popped up here and here. I mean, I just squeezed that. But anyways, I just want to say I've been moisturizing like crazy just because my skin has been dry as hell, especially just where I apply the benzoyl peroxide, like for example on the cheeks, on the nose. So I really don't know as of now. I mean, let's keep seeing, but as of pimples goes, my skin is looking, apart from him, it's looking very good. Okay, you guys, so it's day 6. This is what my skin is looking like. Now, I have to say, throughout this week, I have definitely developed some strong opinions about benzoyl peroxide. All I will say for now is this is very mixed. So if you want to know the final thoughts and opinions that I have, then definitely keep on watching for them, because girl, it's gonna be juicy. First of all, allow me to direct you to the war zone that is happening right here on my face. Let me actually do the introduction. introductions. This is Lakeisha and Tammy. You might know who's my favorite. But anyways, I'm doing these introductions because there's a point. This actually links to benzoyl peroxide. And now in true Matt Randon fashion, I'm actually going to start talking about the negatives of benzoyl peroxide because there are a few. So sit down, make yourself some tea, lay back, and just chill. But first statement that I'm making, and mind you, this is quite big.
I know it. I know it's big.
So honestly, buckle up for this. I feel like benzoyl peroxide is not that much of a great acne treatment like most people say. But now you guys, I don't want to do benzoyl peroxide all this dirty because I have to be honest. Benzoyl peroxide was actually one of the first acne treatment that I've ever tried in my life that actually worked and gave me results. However, it only lasted for like 8 months, and after that it stopped doing its magic. And then I put on my big girl panties and I graduated into using more like serious stuff like retinol and salicylic acid. And now that I'm using those ingredients, going back to this, and I've tried it for this week, I just realized that benzoyl peroxide is just not doing it for me anymore like it used to. I'm so sorry, benzoyl peroxide. It's not you, it's me. Honestly, you deserve better. You deserve someone who loves you for you. We are just at different stages in our lives. Honestly, I just know that one day you'll make a lucky insert in here really happy. Though it just not happens to be me. Wow, I really got through all the cliche breakup lines so quick. Oh my god.
Were you trying to address me?
By the way, I just want to know, has everyone ever used them on you? Or have you used them on someone? Like, do people actually use them in real life? I wouldn't know because like I've never been in a relationship, but I'm just really curious to know if people actually use them, so please comment down below. But anyways, going back to the point that I'm trying to make is that benzoyl peroxide is in fact a really effective spot treatment. However, it doesn't really prevent you to getting future breakouts. So it's very much kind of like a in the moment solution to tackle the problems that are in the present but not in the future. All it's gonna do is gonna dry out your pimple where you apply it, but then at least in my experience, pimples are just gonna pop up around where you put the benzoyl peroxide, and actually the part where you had the pimple is now red and irritated because this is such a strong ingredient and product. So even for this to really work, you just apply it all over your face like a face mask or as a spot treatment, but then it wouldn't actually work that well. Another thing that I don't like, and I mentioned it very briefly before, is the fact that this actually leaves a red mark where the pimple was or where you applied the benzoyl peroxide. Literally, if you were to apply benzoyl peroxide on this whole entire portion of the cheek, the next day when you wake up, the whole entire portion would be red, irritated, and dehydrated. Like honestly, look at this picture. This was when I was in a full breakout. All the redness that you see is not the pimples or the breakout, and it was just because I was using benzoyl peroxide. And trust me, it is as painful as it looks. And so you guys, even if you moisturize, you will get an extent of that dehydration and that redness and irritation. Whereas if you were to use a retinol or a salicylic acid, not only would you get like a more future long-term resistance against pimples because you can apply literally all over your face, but on top of that, it wouldn't give you that much of irritation. Of course, your skin will have to get used to the retinols and salicylic acid in the beginning when you first start to use them because you have to build tolerance for them. But still, after that period, your skin is going to be fine and it's actually going to be reaping all the benefits. Whereas this, the skin angle built no tolerance for this. Honestly, this is like a really huge,
I know it's big,
negative for me because it was basically forcing me to wear foundation every day, like a really heavy layer to mask up the really intense red spots. And also it was just breaking down my confidence. So really, anyways, having said that and having dragged this poor benzoyl peroxide to filth, I still have to say the positives about this. We can't deny that this is a really effective, probably one of the most effective spot treatment for treating your acne. Now, granted that you cannot use this as a face mask, if you do apply it just on your pimples, it will take them off like this. The next day, like magic, it will take them off. Now, I do want to give you a little bit of a recommendation. You need to moisturize. Moisturizer is going to be your best friend when you're using benzoyl peroxide. It should be either way, but especially when you're benzoyl peroxiding your face. Because you guys, let me show you the picture. Once again, this was when I wasn't using moisturizer. So if you don't moisturize, probably this is what is going to happen to you. If you instead moisturize profusely and use a very rich moisturizer, basically the moisturizer is going to soothe your skin, but also dilute the benzoyl peroxide effects a little bit. So basically it's not going to be that harsh and that strong on your skin. However, I would say say it's not the best to rely solely on a benzoyl peroxide. What I more so advise is basically what I do, and I'm actually going to give you my skincare routine, is basically every 2 days I exfoliate. So basically I use all AHAs and BHAs, so a salicylic acid and a lactic acid serum on my skin, and then on top of that, if I were to maybe need a little bit of a nudge, of a little bit of help in specific spots, like for example right here, then what I would use is this benzoyl peroxide on top. I would never, however, use this with a retinol. So maybe the days where you aren't exfoliating and using your benzoyl peroxide, you can use a retinol, which is also gonna help with your acne. So honestly, throughout my experience, and trust me, I have a lot of experience with this bad boy because I've used this for like a year, I'd say you cannot simply rely on this because it wouldn't give you the optimal results. If you really want to bang, then I would say use retinol, salicylic acid, and benzoyl peroxide together, as I told you how. And now I also want to answer a question that a lot of you guys ask me whenever I talk about benzoyl peroxide. And the question that I see over and over is, should I moisturize first of all? And if so, should I moisturize before applying the benzoyl peroxide or after? First of all, as I already said, moisturizer is going to be your best friend. Really, you cannot go without using a moisturizer. It will kill your skin.
No.
You hesitated. You thought about it.
I didn't hesitate because that should have been the question.
But now moving on to the second part of the question, if to moisturize before or after benzoyl peroxide, honestly, it's just a preference. I've tried both. I would say if you were to apply your moisturizer after you've applied the benzoyl peroxide, then maybe what you should do is wait for it to dry up. So then once it's dried up, then you can go on with your moisturizer. However, you have to keep in mind that that won't actually do a lot for your skin just because the moisturizer wouldn't penetrate underneath that layer of benzoyl peroxide, so it still will be really harsh and it possibly will leave that red mark that we do not want. If you moisturize before applying the benzoyl peroxide instead, it will make the benzoyl peroxide a little less effective, and honestly this is my preferred way of using benzoyl peroxide. So the moisturizer will dilute the benzoyl peroxide and it will make it a little less effective. However, trust me, it will still be very much effective and very much give you results that you need. Anyways, now that we've balanced the goods and the bads of the benzoyl peroxide, the final question that you've all been waiting for comes now to this moment. Mateo, will you use this in your skincare routine after this experiment is over?
Clap if you care. Clap if you care.
Honestly, as I told you, I have been using this for quite a while. However, I have come to appreciate this a little more now. And I would say, like I already said, do not rely solely on benzoyl peroxide, but it could be your best friend alongside retinol and salicylic acid. So yes, I actually do recommend this as a spot treatment if you supplement it with other acne treatment ingredients. Yes, ma'am. And now, little commercial break. If you're still watching, have you considered about subscribing to the bell icon? You know why? Because you would actually gain a lot of knowledge into skincare. If you're maybe struggling a little of figuring out what your skin really wants and needs, or maybe you are struggling with acne, wrinkles, you want to learn more about anti-aging, honestly, this right here is the space for you, because we are, especially me, we are all crazy about skincare. My randoms, we all have amazing glowy skin. But so girl, honestly, consider subscribing. We would love to have you part of the family. And now to my regular subscribers watching, y'all know what time of the video it is now. It's time for the Italian word of the video. And since this video was all about benzoyl peroxide, the Italian word of the video is going to be peroxido, which is peroxide in English. I know, I'm sorry, it's not that much of an exciting word and probably you will never use this in your daily language, but I didn't know what else to come up with, so honestly, deal with it. Okay, but ma'am, excuse me, if you thought you were just about to click off this video and go away watch somebody else, you got that completely wrong, because what you should watch right now is another one of my videos so we can strengthen the bond that we have. I can feel that we have something good going between us two. So what you should do is watch another of these two videos because they're gonna be just as informative, just as funny, and just as informative. Have I already said that? I might have said. But anyways, oh, remember to be random and always be random. What are you doing here though? Watch them. Click them now.